Hey guys, today we are talking all about pickle brine. It seems like a weird subject to talk about given that it's just the juice left over from when you're finished your pickles. But I'm here to tell you that there's more to pickle brine than meets the eye. And we're going to talk about what else you can do with pickle brine other than pouring it down the sink, for which I will personally judge you. Guaranteed. First things first, pickle brine is basically probiotic Gatorade. It's got electrolytes in it, it's got a bunch of good bacteria in it, and yes, Russian people do drink pickle brine as a hangover cure. It sounds gross, but you should try it sometime. It's very, very helpful. Now, the kind of pickle brine that I'm talking about today is actually the kind with the good bacteria in it. What I mean by that is it's not a vinegar-based pickle brine. So vinegar-based pickle brines, vinegar-based pickles, mean that the pickles pickle, noun and a verb, because of the vinegar. And that's what gives them sort of that sour taste. Whereas fermented pickles become pickles because of the good bacteria changing the structure of the vegetable. So the kind of pickle brine that I'm talking about right now is not the vinegar-based one. It's the kind with the good bacteria in it. So just check your ingredients and make sure that you're using the right kind if you choose to make this recipe, which honestly I can't even call a recipe because it's so simple. It's more of just like an idea that I'm giving you guys. So the first thing that you can do with leftover pickle brine is to marinate meat with it. There's plenty of recipes out there for pickle brine chicken wings and pickle brine turkey. It really works. There's salt and a bunch of enzymes in here that really help to tenderize the meat. So the next time you want to make either chicken or turkey or what have you, marinate it instead of a dry rub, submerge it in pickle brine and let it rest for a few hours, even overnight. You will be amazed at the results. So that's option number one. Obviously, that pickle brine you have to pour down the drain after you're done with it. But if you just have an empty jar of pickle brine and you finished your last pickle and you're like, well, what do I do with this stuff? In that voice, exactly. Then I'm here to suggest that you just add some more vegetables into it. What makes a pickle a pickle? If you just put cucumbers into a barrel and leave them there, you will get compost. But if you add pickles to a barrel with pickle brine, cucumbers to a barrel with pickle brine, you get pickles, which means it's the brine that does all the work. So by that logic, if you add in any other kind of vegetable into your pickle brine, you're gonna get more pickles. And it works, guys. And it's so freaking good. You can choose to add any kind of vegetable you want into here. The sturdier, the better. You can obviously add more cucumbers. You can add carrots, you can add celery, you can add beets, you can add parsnips, you can add radishes or daikon. Just remember that the thinner they are sliced, the faster you will get new pickles. And also think about surface area. So the more surface area there is to each piece of vegetable, the faster they will pickle. The basic rule to remember here is that all of the bacteria in the pickle brine are awake when they're at room temperature and they're asleep when they're in the fridge or cooled down. So if you want your vegetables to pickle, you have to leave it on the counter or another sort of room temperature spot for anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. So basically all you have to do is cut up some vegetables, put them in the pickle brine, and leave them to pickle on the counter. A lot of you are asking, well, how do I know when they're done? You said 24 to 48 hours. What if it takes shorter? What if it takes longer? You have this amazing pickle testing instrument right around here. So just, after it's been a day, try a piece and see how it tastes. At the very worst, it will taste like raw carrot dipped in pickle brine. And in the best case scenario, it's gonna taste like a pickled carrot. And the more you get to know this flavor, the better you'll be able to tell when your pickles are done. Usually for carrots cut into matchsticks, kind of like this, takes about 2 days because it's a pretty sturdy vegetable. If you're doing celery, which is mostly water, which is delicious by the way, it usually takes about a day and a half. But again, any other vegetable will do. And the good news is, after you're done pickling these carrots and then you eat them all, you can just start all over again. and it is going to blow your mind. So, but people do it. You should try it sometime. How do I know when they're done? It's called your mouth, people.